a few more controls I can get with the grid maker in InDesign and just working with a grid as a design component. One is the fact that you've got this frame here, and any component that you might want to have, if we're going to grab a bunch of different things, maybe I just want to lock that frame so I don't keep grabbing it. So Command L will do it, but now I can't grab it until I go to unlock all. But I'm going to Command D to place. Whoa. Let me try that again. Command D and select all my images to place. I'm going to click Open. Instead of placing anywhere, I'm going to click and drag, and while I'm still holding the mouse, I press the up arrow on the keyboard. That gives me 2 rows, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to click the right arrow, 2 columns, 3, 4. That gives me 20 frames. Now, what about the gaps between those units? If I hold Command and press the left arrow, no, hang on. If I hold Command, left arrow, notice how now the vertical spaces between those squares is closed and they're butted right next to each other. Same thing, I'm holding the Command key, down arrow is going to close the gaps between those squares, and now they're butted right next to each other. Let go of Command, let go of the mouse, let the magic happen. Abracadabra. 20 identically abutted frames, and if I go to Object, Fitting, Fill Frame Proportionally, I see I've created this perfectly aligned grid square. Now I can, like, if I have all of these selected and I try to scale these down as a group, I can kind of do that, but that's like, whoa, where'd all my images go? Well, Object, Fitting, Fill Frame Proportionally, and I've got a different size grid. So this is just because I have all of them selected individually. So I could scale it this way. It's going to throw the images off, but again, Object, Fitting, Fill Frame Proportionally. The aspect ratio of each photo is staying the same. It's just getting cropped differently because of that Fill Frame Proportionally. Once I've got a grid, I can keep it or I can break it. I can move some of these things out, and I'll usually snap to the alignment spaces. Maybe not that one. Where these things go, I might delete some of the white ones, pull the pigeon out here on its own, and fill frame proportionately. You start to see, right, that Command Option Shift C will do that. Command Option Shift C, because the more you find yourself repeating these things, the less you want to deal with them in the menu. But there's locking elements that you don't want to move, and placing a grid, modifying the space between the grid images, and using the power of InDesign to help create a grid of images that's either consistent or staggered.